You're not supposed to tell me that.
Yeah.
That's when I go into my shell. As soon as I know the camera's on, I can't do anything. Welcome to 2019. This is it. This is the year when the childhood dream is realized. This is the year we compete in Formula Drift Pro 2 with the chassis behind me, the same chassis I've been drifting since I started in 2011. This is Bad Apple Motorsports. So this is a shop owned by some of the nicest people in the Phoenix drift community, and they've been nice enough to allow us to build the car here at their facility with their help, because with my home and two-car garage, there's no way I could do this in my own space. This is the journey of bringing it up to Formula Drift competitive level and in our journey through the season. So my car was already pretty competitive. It was a pretty good example of a drift car, but there's a lot of things that we still have to up and change and manipulate to get it to pass Formula Drift Tech and be competitive at this pinnacle level. So that's why it still has to get torn down to basically a bare shell and totally rebuilt. Things like we have to patch all the holes in the firewall. We have to build a bulkhead between the driver's compartment and the fuel cell, oil tank. Any kind of fluids have to be separate from the driver, so that's been fabbed up. Holes in the floor need to be filled. Anchor points for our 5-point harnesses have to be at a certain angle to the seats. So a lot of these little items that need to be adjusted and perfected to meet Formula Drift Tech requires the car to be almost totally rebuilt from the ground up. So I'm standing in the back of my 26-year-old Nissan 240SX right now. And the reason I'm standing through the entire car right now is because we're cutting out this rear floor section to prepare it to mount this Pyrotech fuel cell that We Don't Lift kindly provided to us. There'll be all this blown out metal like above and over the rear wheel. Merry Christmas! After a lot of anticipation, this very special crate just showed up from Lingenfelter Performance Engineering. This is our new Drift Spec LS7. So we're gonna crack this crate open and I'll get to put my hands on this engine that I've been watching getting built for weeks now. And then we'll start mocking it up in the chassis. We have the car over here. So after we open the engine, we need to drop it in here, bolt it in. We're going to take measurements for the engine wiring harness, and then start taking measurements for fluid lines, oil lines, fuel, brakes, all that stuff. So we can start making a list of all the hoses and fittings and lengths and everything we need. Once it's all plumbed and bolted together, we'll get the wiring harness installed at Arizona Motorsports Wiring and get it straight on the dyno. And we have like barely a month to do this, so it'll be fun. Oh, there she is. That is a beautiful piece. Whoa. A bit overwhelmed, but like not the same way I've been overwhelmed for the past 8 months. This is like a good overwhelm. This is like Christmas morning. This is, whoo, this is something. Boy, I just want to keep staring at it. Cool, take it home.